I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
President Trump blasted the United Nations in a long and fiery speech. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, September 24th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. In an address to the UN General Assembly yesterday, President Trump made it clear that he is not a fan of the international organization.
What is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. For the most part, at least for now, all they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter.
Trump called for fellow leaders to halt global migration and end the fight against climate change, taking aim at 2 of the UN's core issues. He spoke for nearly an hour. The official time limit for these speeches is 15 minutes. Later in the day, Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. In a news conference, Trump said he now believes Ukraine can reclaim the entirety of its invaded territory with NATO support. That's a big shift from Trump. For years, he has expressed empathy for Russian President Vladimir Putin, even as he called for an end to the war. Yesterday's comments mark Trump's strongest public support yet for Ukraine. Number 2. Jimmy Kimmel slammed the Trump administration last night in his return to air. Those who remember Kimmel from his days on The Man Show might not have been able to predict the kind of eventful week the comedian has had. Last Wednesday, ABC suspended his late-night talk show under pressure from the Trump administration. That followed conservative criticism of Kimmel's remarks on the show following the killing of Charlie Kirk. After a backlash to that backlash, Jimmy Kimmel Live was back on air last night, mostly. Some TV station owners said they will continue to boycott him. Nevertheless, Kimmel used his comeback show to critique the FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, who had suggested he would revoke stations' licenses who aired it, and to defend freedom of speech.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
Kimmel went on to criticize the president directly.
The president of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke.
Kimmel also grew emotional as he explained that he never intended to make light of Kirk's death. Number 3. The Trump administration is eyeing USAID money to advance its goals. This is Trump's latest challenge to the authority of Congress over federal spending. According to a document reviewed by the Post, the administration plans to shift $1.8 billion in U.S. foreign aid to fund a slate of Trump priorities. That includes America First initiatives such as countering, quote, Marxist anti-American regimes in Latin America and pursuing investments in Greenland and Ukraine. The document also lists projects defunded by the administration, including $175 million meant for the West Bank and Gaza and $150 million for Iraq. Cuts to USAID's funding are expected to have deadly consequences around the world. According to one study in The Lancet, they may lead to 14 million more deaths in the next 5 years. The Republicans' majority in the House is about to get smaller. That's number 4. Democrat Adelita Grijalva is projected to win yesterday's special election in Arizona's 7th congressional district. That seat was held for 12 terms by her father, Raul Grijalva, who died this year. Her victory means that once she is sworn in, Democrats will hold 214 seats in the House. The Republicans have 219. that leaves Republicans in a tight spot. House Speaker Mike Johnson has at times struggled to hold his conference together. He has faced rebellions on issues such as the debt ceiling and the release of files from the investigation into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Republicans can afford to lose only 2 votes if they want to pass legislation without Democratic support. Number 5. Infections caused by a dangerous antibiotic-resistant bacteria are on the rise. According to a new study from the CDC, infections from the bacteria NDM-CRE increased by 460% in the U.S. between 2019 and 2023. The bacteria can lead to pneumonia and bloodstream infections. The CDC said that these infections are, quote, extremely hard to treat and can be deadly. And this bacteria is resistant to some of the strongest antibiotics available. In the past, these types of infections were uncommon in the U.S., but limited testing and gaps in infection control could be fueling the rise. Number 6. Hurricane season may be about to get busy. The Atlantic hurricane season has been quieter than usual so far, but that could be about to change. 2 disturbances in the western Atlantic could form into hurricanes early next week. If they form, they could head towards the east coast of the U.S. After that, it's hard to tell exactly where they might go. But at least one of the storms might reach land in areas from Florida to the mid-Atlantic coastline next week. We will keep you updated. And at number 7, nobody was raptured yesterday that we know of. If you don't know why I'm talking about the rapture today, you're probably not on TikTok. Good for you. Here's what you've missed. Apocalyptic influencers have been flooding social media with warnings, tips, and tricks for the impending rapture. That is, the day that some Christians believe Jesus will return and his followers will be taken up to heaven. The viral trend, if it can be called that, has been fueled largely by the predictions of an obscure pastor. But that has provided plenty of material for comedians and traffic chasers who aren't necessarily true believers. Here's one user, TikTok handle rapture_now7. He's been a big figure on Rapture Talk.
Covered in goosebumps. Blow the shofar harder. You're not telling enough people. There's not enough time. This is it. This is it.
We really don't know if this guy means it or not, or if he's still with us on Earth. But in any case, the prediction had been that this would take place yesterday, or at the very latest today, and it does not appear to have happened. Alas, this is not the first time the world has failed to end on schedule. All right, you're all caught up. If you're still here, you can celebrate our birthday with a special offer on a premium post subscription for listeners of The 7. Right now, you can get one for $3 every 4 weeks, or $33 for the first year. That's billed as $3 every 4 weeks for the first year, then $17 every 4 weeks thereafter. You can cancel anytime. And better yet, you can get 3 extra accounts with your subscription to share with any of your loved ones who were not raptured yesterday. Head over to WashingtonPost.com/the7. That's the number 7. If you use that link, you're going to make me look really good to my employers. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow. Or will I?